300 men marched into Sherwood Forest. Whoever captured Robin Hood would win £100. For 7 days they searched, but they never saw a single man dressed in Lincoln green. Robin had learned of the sheriff's plan at the Blue Boar Inn. At first, Robin thought about fighting. He knew that his men were better than the sheriff's, but he finally decided to hide until the danger had passed. "Once I slew a man," he told them. "I don't wish to do it again, because it is a heavy weight for a soul to bear. We will hide in Sherwood. None of us will be harmed, and we will harm no one." For 7 days and 7 nights, Robin and his men hid. On the morning of the 8th day, he asked, "Who will go find out what the sheriff's men are doing now?" A great shout went up, and each man waved his bow in the air. Robin's heart swelled with pride. "A brave bunch of fellows you are, but you all cannot go. I select Will Stutely because he is sly like an old fox." Will disguised himself as a friar, putting the brown robes over his Lincoln green. To his side, hidden by the robes, he strapped a sharp broadsword. Then he walked to the Blue Boar Inn. He knew the innkeeper would have news. When Will reached the inn, some of the sheriff's men were there. Will didn't fear them. He walked in and sat down at a table. As he waited for the innkeeper, a friendly fat cat rubbed up against Will's leg. The cat pushed Will's robe up far enough that his green clothes showed from beneath his disguise. Will pulled his robe down again quickly, but it was too late. One of the sheriff's men saw the flash of green. "Tell me, Holy Father," the man asked, "where do you go on this hot summer day?" "I am a pilgrim to Canterbury town," Will answered. The sheriff's man sneered. "Huh! Do all pilgrims wear Lincoln green beneath their robes? You are no friar. You are one of Robin Hood's men." Flashing his sword, the sheriff's man leapt on Will, striking him once. Will drew his own sword quickly, but it was too late. The sheriff's man had wounded him, and Will grew dizzy. The other men grabbed him by the knees and dragged him to the floor. The innkeeper sent his daughter to Robin Hood with the news. "Will Stutely has been captured," she told Robin. "He will be hanged tomorrow." "He will not be hanged tomorrow," Robin replied. "If he is, the sheriff will pay." Robin blew his bugle, and his men came running. He told them the bad news. "We must take our bows and our swords and rescue him. I know that we should risk our lives for Will as he risked his life for us." Early the next morning, Robin and his men arrived at Nottingham town. They waited outside the town gates until afternoon. A crowd began to gather. Everyone knew that brave Will Stutely was to hang that day. Finally, a cart rolled through the gates. On it stood Will Stutely. The Sheriff of Nottingham rode alongside. Will looked around for the faces of his friends, but he could not see them. His heart sank like a stone in a pond. "Give me a sword and let me defend myself," Will said to the sheriff. "I'm already wounded, but I will fight you and your men until all my strength is gone." The sheriff snorted. "You will have no sword. You are a criminal, and you will die a grim death." "Then untie my hands," demanded Will. "I will defend myself with my bare fists." "Say your prayers, vile knave," the sheriff barked. "You hang from the gallows tree this very hour." Will gnashed his teeth and shouted, "You coward! If Robin Hood ever meets you, you will pay dearly. He scorns you as all brave men do. Do you know that your name is a joke to every brave man? Oh, I am a joke to your master." screamed the sheriff in rage. "I will tear you limb from limb after you are hanged." As the cart approached the gallows, Will Stutely could not contain his tears. He bowed his head to hide them from the crowd. When he raised his head again, his heart leaped. Though his sight was blurred, he could see his friends crowding close. Then he saw his master Robin Hood.